Hello, it's Jen Bengal here from Out of This World Literacy. In the last 3 episodes, I introduced the idea of interactive edits, compared them to daily oral language, showed an example, and gave lots of ideas of how to use the students' responses to create lessons. I encourage you to go back and listen to the last few episodes if you missed them. They're only a few minutes each, so it's quick and easy to listen in. Today, we're going to wrap up our talk about interactive edits. I'm going to dive into ways that you can take the responses students have to create grammar and mechanics lessons that directly target skills your students are missing. This is the best kind of instruction because you are covering a needed skill that students have shown you that they're not understanding yet. With interactive edits, there is no one right answer. The students are noticing what is working well in really great sentences, not correcting poorly written sentences that have, say, 5 errors that they have to find. Because of this, their responses will vary. Some students might notice that a word is italicized. Others might point out that the word if is used 3 times in a sentence. You'll be surprised at what your students notice when you invite them to analyze well-written sentences. In fact, they'll likely point out things that you never even noticed before yourself. It's really fun when this happens. When students notice things, you can expand that learning. Maybe you get together as a class and ask students to share what they noticed. If a student says, "I noticed this word began with a silent K," then you can say, "Okay, class, let's make a list of other words we know that begin with a silent K." This is a super fun way to play with words and such a great way to immediately take what your students are noticing and expand their learning and thinking. It really sticks with them when we do it this way. You can also have them search for the same noticings in their reading. So if they notice that there's a silent K at the beginning of the word, tell them, as you're reading today, look for words that have silent letters at the beginning, maybe even with a K. They can search for the same noticings in their writing. As they're revising their writing work or working on their writing rough drafts, they can pay attention to those things that they're noticing in an interactive edit. Use this noticing as the starting point of a language lesson in guided reading or a whole group. Try out an approach in writing workshop. Compare the noticings with a partner. Have them compare what they noticed on their page with what a partner noticed. The same sentence, students are going to notice different things. You can have them do this with partners in a small group or as a whole class. Discuss each other's ideas during a mini lesson, centers, partner work, guided reading, literature circles. Really, it goes on and on. I hope these ideas for interactive edits help you and your students practice grammar skills and that you've enjoyed this little series of talks on interactive edits. Remember, you can always go back and listen to previous episodes anytime you'd like. If you'd like to see interactive edits for every month of the year all ready to go for you, you can visit jenbengal.com and search the custom category along the left-hand side of your screen called Interactive Edits. It's been my pleasure chatting with you today. Know that I'm the biggest fan of the work that you and your students are doing in the classroom. Until next time, you've got this.